Hey. Hey guys, welcome back, and today we're back with the closest meaning verbal reasoning topic. So now, what is this topic and how do we answer the questions? Well, these are words that are most similar to each other. What you have to do is find two words from the following group of, let's say, 5 to 6 words that are closest in meaning. Words which have the similar meanings are called synonyms, and words like small and tiny and big and large are part of them. However, not all the words which are close in meaning are the closest. So what do I mean about that? Well, let's think about these 3 words. We've got tall, we've got big, and we've got large. Now, which 2 are closest in meaning? You got it right if you chose big and large. And that is much closer than tall and big or tall and large. And that's because tall means big only in terms of how high something is. So be careful in choosing your answers. And if you get one wrong, try it again. And there was a saying that I once heard, which was, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And that's what I want you to follow through with in today's video. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into this first example. So we've got big, small, rest, mean, and large. And again, as I stated, big and large is the correct answer because they both mean the same thing of considerable size, and the others are not related. And there we are. So I hope that was useful. Let's now go ahead and dive into our first set of questions. So find 2 words from the following group of 5 words that are closest in meaning. We have scrub, brush, clean, wash, and tidy. So again, if we take a look, we can see that clean and wash is the correct answer because they both mean to remove dirt. And the others, although they are related, are not as close in meaning. If we have scrub, that suggests really hard cleaning, while tidy doesn't really actually mean clean. And then finally, we're left with brush, which is also further in meaning from wash and clean. Okay, question number 2. We have early, timely, late, punctual, and last. So again, what I would go with is early and timely. So again, we'd go with timely and punctual. And that's because they both mean in good time. And the others mean not in good time or are unrelated completely, such as last. So if your teacher ever describes you as punctual, be sure to bring them an apple the next day, because an apple a day keeps a report card away. Amazing. Right, question number 3. So we have heavy, light, bulky, massive, and weighty. So now again, we're looking for the closest meaning. I hope you found your answer, because the answer is going to be heavy and weighty. So heavy and weighty both mean of a considerable weight, whilst the others don't. Now, if we have light, that's to do with weight. So it's the opposite of heavy. But bulky and massive refer to size rather than the weight. So on that occasion, we're going to stick with heavy and weighty. Marvelous. Okay, question 4. So we have pup, baby, caterpillar, cub, and young. So instantly, it looks like we're working with the names of young animals. So we're going to go with pup and cub. And that is because pup and cub are both the names of the young animals, and the others are not. Baby and young are related, but not closest in meaning, whilst caterpillar has no bearing on the question. So again, I hope you're picking up the techniques as to how we can answer these sort of questions. With that being said, let's go to our final question here in this section, where we have discuss, explain, lecture, converse and talk. So if we take a look, we can go with explain and lecture. And that is because explain and lecture both suggest that one person is doing all the talking, whilst the others mean more than one person engaged. If you converse, you're having a conversation. If you talk, you're also having a conversation, as you would talk to other people, and discussing would be the same thing as conversing and talking. So the two odd one outs would be explain and lecture. I hope that was useful. Let's now go ahead and jump into our second section here. And I'm going to pause the video here, attempt this yourself, and then press play when you're ready to begin. Okay, let's get started. So in question 6, we have shout, whisper, chat, explain, and exclaim. So it looks like we have some verbs at play here. And I'm going to go with shout and exclaim. And the reason being is that they both mean to use the voice loudly, whilst the others mean quieter forms of talking. So shout and exclaim are the ones that stand out. Okay, number 7, far, near, away, distant, and around. So again, we're going to go with far and distant. The reason being is that they mean a long way away, whilst the others don't. The meaning of away is not specific to any distance. And near is the total opposite of that. Okay, so let's move on to question 8. We've got yellow, brownish, orangey, green, and tanned. So again, out of the 5, if you've noticed, yellow and green are the only specific colours, whilst the others are unspecific. How orangey, how brownish, how tanned can you be? Since we don't know this, they are not the closest in meaning. So I hope you can see how we're nailing it right from the very beginning. Okay, number 9. Touch, know, believe, smell, and sense. So there's a bit of senses here, and we're going to go for touch and smell. And that is because they are both specific senses and the others are not. Know, believe, and sense are all mental processes. So they are not the two odd ones out. So I hope you can also see how we found 2 that match and the remaining 3 are also related, but not in the same way. But because we're only looking for 2, we go with these odd one outs. Okay, and the final question here, where we have long, thin, narrow, wide, and width. So again, we're looking at description of measurements. So we're going to go with thin and narrow. And that's because thin and narrow both mean with a small distance between, and the others are simply unrelated. Where again, we have something that's long, something that's wide, and something with the width. So once again, when you're working with this, if you're even faced with a multiple choice technique, you're looking for one word from each group that is the closest in meaning. And you can work directly from the answer sheet for this type, saving you the precious time. However, you must remember that you are looking for closest in meaning because authors will try to trap you with words that are opposite in meaning, or compound words, or words that are related. So take a look at all words given to you, and as you've seen over here, sometimes the 2 words you're looking for will spring to your attention immediately. But if you cannot see the 2 words straight away, start looking at the words logically and methodically. So with that being said, keep up the great work, and I hope to see you in our next video.